Are we
Oh,
live?
yeah. The funny thing about this going live is that it's easy enough to watch the clock, right?
Mhm.
But there's a delay between when we say this and when you're hearing it. Like the thing I'm saying right now, Kate, right? Kate, say hello. Right.
Hello.
There's a delay between when we say this and when you're hearing it. Here,
I
you see?
I can hear the live stream.
That's the length of the delay.
Hello?
That's the length of the delay right there. I've obviously got it open in a window. We'll go fix that. Boom. So welcome to MAGFAST Live, a special Q&A. It's not just Kate, it's not just me. We have two very special guests joining us. Let's bring in Eric. I haven't seen Eric for a little while. Eric Cox, the Chief Operating Officer of netcapital.com. Welcome, Eric. We'll hear a bit more about you in a second, but let's bring in Frederick Torstensen, our newly minted Chief Revenue Officer, who you may have seen, I hope you saw, because it was an incredible interview in our live stream on Thursday. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
It's going to be a fun, fast half hour. Eric, why don't you do like 15 seconds on what you do at Net Capital? Frederick, you do the same. And then let's just dive straight in and get through as many questions as we can here.
Absolutely. I'll keep this incredibly brief. Thank you so much, Kate and Seymour, for having me here. I'm Eric Cox. I'm a member of the Net Capital team. We are a registered investment platform that allows entrepreneurs to raise capital online from their community, friends and family, alumni associations, and the broader Net Capital network. So we allow investors to find and fund innovative new companies just like MAGFAST. So grateful to be on the line to share the opportunity. And I'm really grateful for incredible issuers like you all, allowing everyday people to participate in their fundraisers. Really, you are the true heroes. So thanks for having me.
Well, thank you, Eric. And you're no small hero at Net Capital yourself. Eric, I think were you employee number 7 or 8 or something?
Yes, number 9, early innings, and we've done nothing but really super grateful for the years we've been here doing fun stuff.
And I mean, you've outlasted them all. You're now the Chief Operating Officer. So thank you for joining us at short notice, because we had a miscommunication about the timing of this. Eric turned his car around on his way to his lunch appointment to join us. So thank you,
Eric.
Anytime. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Welcome again.
Yeah, hey everybody. My name is Frederick Torstensen. I am driving the go-to-market activities, in particular getting the products out in retail in US, and the major ones is the one we're going to go after. I have an extensive knowledge in and experience in retail distribution and how to take products to market. So super excited to be here. And when Seymour first called me, and then the first time I saw the products, I was very impressed. And I've been in this business also not only for consumer electronics, but in particular also with power. This product and the enthusiasm with the team and the killer product, it's something that really excites me. So thank you for having me.
I was just reviewing the tape from the other day, Frederick, and you said something like, "I'm an engineer by training, so you can't flirt with me very easily with new products." Or you either said that or something very similar to it. And that was, I mean, that's good. We want, that first meeting was you asking a series of hard engineering questions, as I recall. All right. So thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Kate, as always. Kate has compiled as many questions as possible from the ones that you guys have been sending in. So we're going to get to as many of them as we can. So let's keep our answers short and pithy. Let's start off with a lightning round. Kate, go.
Okay. Do the perks expire?
Well, they're designed to last a lifetime, which I think was probably not the intent of the question. The perks, there will be, we haven't yet announced the closing of this round, but they will only be available during this round. Then, as they're unique to this investment opportunity. Do we want to go over the perks real quick? I'll go over them a bit later, but I will just say that this is the main new product that we just introduced, MAGFAST Air Pro. I could still picture Frederick in the hotel room in Las Vegas the first time he laid eyes on this. This is the key new product. We're going to do an investors limited edition. With our first Air a few years ago, we did the limited edition. You can see, I don't know how well you can see. Okay, should we put the top camera up for just a second? You can see how beautiful it is with the kind of the limited edition showing here. Can we just see it? With the gold shining there. So we're going to do that kind of treatment. Thank you, Philip. We're going to do that kind of treatment for the new Air Pro with a beautiful gold on the front. We'll show you some pictures of that a bit later on. All right. So the availability of the perks expires. The perks themselves are designed to last a lifetime.
Yes, great. Sorry, I thought that was a quick question, but obviously not. Okay, so next question is,
yeah, gentlemen, could you keep it a little shorter than that, please? We did ask for a lightning round. Yeah,
I know we say lightning round. The first one takes several minutes. Okay, so next question is: I have already invested. Can I still continue to invest?
Eric.
I'd love to chime into that. Absolutely, you can. We encourage you to visit the offering page as soon as the investment link becomes live again. That'll be available on Thursday. So please do come back, join us on the next webinar opportunity. You'll see the investment link become available again, and you too can invest again. So based off of your investment parameters, that takes into consideration your net worth and how much you've already invested, as well as your income. But our technology does all that for you. So just come on in, click the investment opportunity, and we'll guide you into that opportunity to participate again. But certainly you can add to your allocation through this new round.
Thank you, Eric. And Eric mentioned we're going to be live streaming the launch. Actually, we'll send out invitations, but yeah, on Thursday we're going to here be live as we open up at 4 p.m. Eastern. And we're also going to do replays before and after of the big presentation from last Thursday. Okay, Kate.
Okay, next question. Am I still an investor from previous offerings, or is my investment gone?
You're still an investor.
I'd like to.
Yeah,
if you don't mind, I'd love to chime in again as well.
Yeah.
So if you haven't visited your Net Capital account recently, I'd encourage you to. You have a dashboard when you visit netcapital.com. You can log in and you can see every investment you've made, how many shares you own, how much you've invested. So all that information is available for you there, and that would include your previous MAGFAST investment if you've participated in the past. So please do come check that out. And it does, in fact, still live there.
Yep.
Amazing. That was actually one of the questions. Is someone said, "How can I log into my account and view my stuff?" So thank you.
Easy. Let's get one for Frederick there. Smartest.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I do have a few for Frederick. Okay. So when do you expect to have the products ready for retail, and in what outlets?
Ooh.
Well, that's a leading question. We have already started with prepping the major retailers in the US, Best Buy as an example. We are working with the leading rep firms that are taking new products to the market to accelerate the time to get in. So those initial conversations have started. And we are right in the middle of setting up meetings with some of those major retailers. So I expect that to certainly happen this year, but the sooner the better. So I would expect us to have that conversation and land the products to be available in the market starting here this summer. But it's also, of course, depending upon the reset dates, as it's called, and also what level of investment both parties will do, etc. So that's kind of the goal right now. But there was also, particularly when we're talking about the product that Seymour just showed, that is the major ones that we want to eventually, get out there in the market. And after that, we will continue on to expand the points of sales, as we call it, into other outlets as well. And we will do that in parallel.
Yeah, and Andrew Dubin is our chief merchant. Some of you have met him in these streams before. We'll get him in here again soon. Was making the point in a meeting the other day, which I loved, which is this kind of goes beyond consumer electronics because it's such a beautiful piece. There are additional markets that for which it can be suitable. Think of, I probably shouldn't mention any particular chains, but if you think of the place that you might go to beautify your home as opposed to just equip your home, those kinds of chains might be places for this. They might not be for Lux Pro, for just the cable, but for something as beautiful as this, a kind of statement piece in your house. I think other possibilities there as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. So several people have asked, what is the minimum I can invest? Are we allowed to answer that?
I'd love to field that. And as much as we'd love to be as transparent as possible, and that is the goal of fundraisers like this, there's certain things like terms of the offering, which include the minimum investment price, security type, closing date. Those are the types of things that they want to make sure that everybody has the same information for. So according to FINRA and the SEC, please do visit the offering page. And it's right there. It's very clear.
If you want to boil your brain, Google Regulation CF tombstone rules. Okay, and it's like that. What's the blow brain emoji? It's astonishing, but there are certain rules about things that we can talk about as much as we want about the company and the products and this, that, and the other. But there are certain things. I will say, for the price of a very nice dinner for one and a normal dinner for two or three, you can become an investor in MAGFAST. Okay, so
we think it's quite cost effective. It's an accessible price point, is something I like to say. We want it to be around the range that an everyday person could participate at. So if you go to netcapital.com/companies/MAGFAST, pretty early in the offering page, you'll be able to see exactly what that minimum investment is.
You'll see the price. That's where the button will appear. And we're keeping magfast.com/invest. We're having everything there, so you can always get to Net Capital from there. And we're also posting. We will have the replay of this video and so on. Will be there. Kate, got any questions we can answer?
Yes, plenty. Here's a question about the product. Someone says, is it MFI compatible?
Is it MFI compatible? It's actually the answer is not applicable. Okay. The answer is not applicable because this is MFI is the program for Apple's for Apple only technologies. This is a universal technology. So this is Qi 2, which is the new universal industry standard. Apple supports it. Samsung supports it. Everybody supports it. So this doesn't need as and when we make Apple specific products like the Lux Lightning cable, that of course is MFI certified. Yeah.
So the essence of the question is yes, it will work with your iPhone and your Apple device.
And the essence of the question, thank you for pointing that. The essence of the question is absolutely, it's fully, it's everything you need to work with Apple. And it was. I mean, I'm an Apple user myself. Here's my phone, just straight out of my pocket. I'll plug it in and put it on, and there you are, immediately plugging. Immediately. The only thing that's funny is that the little green circle on the front, because we've got green screen here, the green circle disappears. I just noticed. But yeah, we're charging. I think you could you guys hear it come on just then?
Yeah. Okay, so I have another question for Frederick. It says, why do you think MAGFAST can succeed in this market? Is there room for more chargers and power banks?
Yeah, good question. There is plenty, of course, of products that have similar functionality, but there is nothing to my knowledge that has the elegance and the delightfulness that the product delivers. The look and feel and what I call the man-machine interface. So that's one area that we are getting into. The other one is the premiumness of the product, which most manufacturers today in the space of power is a race to the bottom. And they are not that great, to be honest. And also the power needs in today's environment is much more significant than in the past. So be able to charge fast and be able to have convenience is something that we believe there is call it a new market for power products. So yes, I do believe there is a market for it. And given that there is a higher price point, there is also more margins to the parties in the go-to-market chain. So yes, we believe so, and we will obviously get that validated through our discussions what we have with our partner industry, both retailers as well as distributors and these rep firms. But all indications so far, it's been a lot of excitement around the product.
Yeah, there's something. I mean, I've noticed to a degree that hasn't. I mean, in the years that we've been doing this, we've had a lot of excitement about the first generation of products. There's just been this kind of wide-eyed look in people's faces about this. They've been kind of like, congratulations on the product. They go, I want one. There's this there's this sort of, which is an amazing thing. If you can achieve that with a product where people are no longer, where they've sort of moved beyond a purely rational decision into just pure desire, I think that's really something. It's a good moment to do this demonstration again. This is what most of the charging stands in the business are like, and they have this fatal flaw. Which is that when you come to take your phone off, they stay stuck on. So now you've got a wire dangling. So you need a second hand to do that. And you see, I kind of had to do this whole motion here. We're just heavy enough that we just go on and off like this. It's a big difference. You might have seen that we did the whole seesaw demonstration during the show last week.
That's one of the things that people are asking to see again. I don't know if you want to do that now or do that at the end.
Well, maybe a little later.
Okay. Okay.
I do have it ready to go if anyone wants to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, people do want to see it, so we can do that. That could be
right. Well,
our
in that
outro.
case, we should. This is television, so we should do coming up. MAGFAST's unique heavyweight demonstration. You don't want to miss it.
On a seesaw. Okay. All right. So here's another product question. Does the unit itself have stored power or is it plugged in at all times?
Plugged in at all times. It's not a battery. There's two, just to talk really quickly about this. And guys, please all three of you chip in. My experience of charging is that I use this kind of charging, like fixed charging, in the old days from a cable, now exclusively like this. Mm-hmm. I don't know, a dozen times a day, on and off by the bed a couple of times, on and off by the desk. We have in the kitchen. So I'll use this kind of wireless charging many, many, many times a day. And then I have battery power banks that I use a few times a month. I've got a busy day. I go out, I want some extra power with me. So products the idea is that each product is incredibly good at the thing that it does. And this is designed, the ideal use case is you have several of these in your home, one at each of the convenient places, and it'll be there for years, rock solid charging. Then when you go out, you take something with a battery. You don't want something heavy with a battery in it around your home. Why would you want that? Plug it in. That's the way to go. Does that make sense, Eric?
That's absolutely my use case as well. I'm pretty religious about charging at night, and it allows me to put my device away, which I try to do as best I can. And I do have one in my home office as well. The kitchen, I think, is a pretty useful case as well, especially for families trying to get rid of that screen time around the table. I think that'd be a great place to send everybody to dock their phones and get some family time together. So I think that's a really cool idea. I don't have one there yet, so I think you're onto something there, Seymour.
Frederick manages a teenager, don't you? Would this be helpful for reducing screen time?
Yeah, I think consolidated discharging capabilities is something that I think every household have, and I can just look at mine, right? I think there's cables in every freaking room, and it's just a kind of a mess. And everybody's trying to steal each other's, cables and chargers. And but this solution really not only fits in a bedroom, but also I would say even in the living room or kitchen area for families to just put their phones as you go through your day. So I think there's definitely a lot of opportunities here to enter a different, what I call the man-machine interface, and the sequence of how you charge your device. And like I said earlier, people are using the phones today more than ever, and therefore the devices are more power hungry, in particular now coming with AI and etc. So that's going to require not only a faster charger but more frequent charging. So this product fits perfectly in that motion.
What's next, Kate?
Thank you. Okay, so next I have lots and lots of people asking just to clarify the perks and to see the perks again. Do you have your slides available so we can go through the perks?
Give me a second to pull them up. I mean, the kind of the headline perk, right, is the limited edition version of Air Pro. This is the product, the main product that we've just been talking about. For folks who are able to invest $1,000 or more in this round. We'd love to do it at the lower levels. It's just it's a super premium. Manufacturing this thing has significant kind of costs in it. Obviously, we're working with great partners that we're minimizing those costs, but it needs to be at the $1,000 level. Limited edition, as you can see, with the kind of the gold MAGFAST limited edition logo on it, numbered limited edition for folks investing $1,000 or more. But please, only if that kind of level is appropriate for you. At the $2,000 level, there's going to be 2 of these with 2 air databases. And we didn't actually talk about database yet today, but that, if we can just flip back to me, Philip, please, is the... You can just bring me up on the screen. Yeah. So database is this fantastic hub for data. It's a hub for data. It goes on the base of air. So we're calling it air data base. Things absolutely gorgeous, just like air itself. And we're going to include 2 of those with your 2 Air Pros if you invest $2,000 or more. And then in the past, we've kind of stopped there. But it's astonishing the number of folks who choose to invest at higher levels, and we wanted to do something for them as well. We're going to do a special an online one-day event called Future Focus, and we'll tell you more about it closer to the time. This is for folks at 5K or more, but it's going to be a sort of a celebration of marketing, a celebration of investing and technology, and we're going to have a bunch of guests, special guests from around the world to join us to talk to their expertise, and we'll give you 1 or 2 of the tricks from behind the scenes. I'm just looking at my slides here. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about technology. Slides are playing up a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna talk about technology. Talk a whole lot about kind of investing and angel investing in smaller companies like MAGFAST, and also talk to marketing as well, where there's a few things that we do a little bit differently that might be interesting. And then, and again, only if it's right for you. These numbers need to be, I always say, never invest a penny you can't afford to lose. But anyone who invests $10,000 or more, we're going to welcome you to a nice dinner in New York. So that's the perk selection this time. I've got to say, when we did the original Air Pro that I showed you just now a few years ago, people just absolutely loved it, and we still have a couple of folks who never collected theirs. So if you would do one, like, as extraordinarily, everyone has got their invitations to pick them up. But if you don't have yours yet, let us know, and we'll get it figured out. Yes, that's the perks. We're super excited about this new limited edition Air Pro.
This question is for Eric, and I don't even know if you know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it and you can tell me. Someone said, but this is from Brian. Brian asks, is it possible to designate a beneficiary for my MAGFAST investment account?
Yes, that's a great question. So I always like to preface these things with, this is not legal, financial, or tax advice. Although it's an important question. There might be tax implications, there might be estate planning implications. But yes, absolutely, designating third-party beneficiaries for these types of investment accounts is quite common. And so if you have any questions about the way to make sure that your investment structure qualifies, you could definitely talk to our investor relations team. So we have a great host of folks led by Bree and Deidre and Autumn. And so we have some fantastic people that will answer questions. You can go to help@netcapital.com. And so as you're doing your investment process, we'd be super happy to kind of guide you through that process and make sure that everything works well. But there's all sorts of creative ways to invest, although we think most people love to invest with debit card, credit card, ACH, and wire transfer. There's some other kind of unique wrinkles that might suit your investment profile a little bit better. So please do reach out to help@netcapital.com. Of course, myself and the rest of our executive leadership are available as well, but we have some fantastic folks that can make sure that everything fits the right way. You might also want to consult with legal counsel to make sure that it fits into your broader investment thesis. And if I could take one step back actually to the perks part, don't lose track of what is my favorite part of the perks, is that you can own a piece of a growing company led by this fantastic team, and you get to participate in the upside. That's right. This is the thing that I lose track of all the time. This is not a charity-based investment opportunity.
No,
this is not a perks-based investment opportunity. This is a ownership stake in a company. And to Seymour's point, don't invest what you're not comfortable potentially losing. But I'm so grateful that you have an opportunity to own a piece of this company. And as they do well, you can potentially do well as well. So I love, that's my favorite perk, Seymour, although the other ones are fantastic as well.
Yep.
Terrific. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. You get an equity in MAGFAST as well. Next, Kate.
Okay.
What do you got next?
Let's see. This is from Mikey. Mikey says, I'm assuming that previous investments go across the board, i.e. apply to the latest developments as well.
Yeah, we have only ever offered equities in one entity, the MAGFAST LLC, the Delaware Corporation. So folks who invested previously, they're invested in exactly the same entity. If you've been with us for a while, you've certainly seen the journey, right? The kind of the ups and the downs. But yeah, everyone who is an investor in MAGFAST remains an investor in MAGFAST. And we're thrilled for folks who want to come in for a little bit more or join us for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this ownership stake is really exciting. New addition to the regulatory framework. We're not talking about a specific security type anymore. So you do get an ownership stake, but whether those are equities or others, you want to go to the offering page to learn more about the exact security type, unfortunately, at this point. So, but that is exactly right. You get a potential ownership stake in the exact same entity that has done other fundraising in the past.
Yep.
Thank you, Eric. So I have a few questions just about Frederick, and they boil down to basically who is Frederick, what is his experience, that kind of thing. So Frederick, I didn't know if you wanted to talk to your experience before MAGFAST a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So my broken English come from where I was raised, which is Sweden. Been in the US for 30 years. And been in technology my entire career, particularly in consumer electronics. Also been in security, running Norton, LifeLock, which was owned under Symantec. I ran that globally. And lately, well, let me first take a few steps back that is related to MAGFAST. I was 8 years with a company called Comarco Wireless, and we had 3 different business units. I was the head of marketing and sales. I was the CEO for the last 2 years. And it was a public company. But one of the businesses that we had was a planar magnetic technology for adapters. So going from AC to DC. I don't want to get too technical here, but we had a very slim power supply. Most power supplies for laptops or anything over 65 watts is quite thick. So the uniqueness there was the thinness and also automatic programmability, which means that you change the output of that cable and it automatically draw the voltage and the amps that you need for that device. So that company we took also into all major retailers, not only in the US but also globally. Another one that I think is relevant to this is a few startups that I have helped become successful. One of them is called LifeProof, and some of you probably have heard about that. It's the case for an iPhone, and that becomes with that case becomes waterproof, snowproof, dustproof, and shockproof. And that company we took from about $20 million of revenue to $330 million in revenue in record time of less than a year and a half. We sold it for one-time cash to the biggest competitor, which was Autobox. And that was kind of a stealth mode product that we launched. And there's a lot of similarities between that and what we're doing here at MAGFAST, in the sense where taking it to the market, making it a high demand product, and something that is different and cool. So I think there's a lot of potential there. Lately, I end of last year left Samsung. I was running the US mobile division. It's almost a $20 billion business. That's all the mobile phones, all the PCs, tablets, earbuds, etc. Everything that has to do with mobile. So so I'm super excited to apply that experience that I have, and obviously there's a lot of relationships like we have in every business, but in particular, I would say in consumer electronics, getting into retail, there's there's relationships that needs to be had in order to accelerate, getting us into the stores, both online and offline. So that's just a little bit on my background, and why I'm so excited to take this product to the market and see how far we can take it.
Okay. Well, the 18-month clock just started, Frederick. Frederick just gonna press the button. Yeah. Fantastic.
Thank you, Frederick.
Yep.
Seymour.
Yes.
This is from Jody. She asks, are
Hey, Jody.
earlier products available for purchase?
The answer is yes and no. For the most part, the Gen 1 products have now been retired. We have the Lux cables available now, and one or two other kind of accessories. But no, the work of the last year has been about saying, okay, we've got this incredible amount of experience. We hit some major speed bumps. This has been about reinventing going back to what is the essence of MAGFAST. The name came from magnetic. You remember some folks were with us when we did the original launch, and I looked in the camera and I said, it's magnetic, it's fast, it's MAGFAST, and it's really, really nice. And that kind of goes to the heart of the brand. These second generation products are absolutely about that. It's just that in the meantime, the industry figured out that actually magnetic and fast was kind of a good thing, and came up with this Qi 2 standard. And so we've doubled down on that, and everything is going to be built around that, but with the extra magic that only we can bring to it. So that's a slightly long answer to the question, but the answer is yes and no. Mostly no, because we need to make space for a small team to develop these incredible future products.
Yes, but we do have Lux cables available right now.
We do.
If you saw the presentation, we talked about Lux Pro, and then Lux, which is the before Lux Pro, is available right now, and those are amazing cables that I use every single day. So
yep, I was and they are the only problem with them is that you know how cables tend to go missing. These are really nice, so they go missing more quickly. You might as well just buy a 10-pack. You're going to want to give them. People are going to want to steal them. Rex, who, as many of you know from these presentations, will be joining us on Thursday. Rex just had to we had to ship him an emergency extra 10 lightning cables because he has 3 teenage boys, and he can't keep them around. So we just sent him a bunch of them. Yeah.
Yes, amazing. Eric, another question for you that I, again, don't know if you can answer, but this says, what tax forms do we need to file our taxes at the end of the year?
So that's going to go right into that category of tax advice that I absolutely cannot touch upon as much as I'd like to. So again, our help at netcapital.com team can point you in the right direction, but we have to be very thoughtful as members of FINRA. We are a registered funding portal. We're members of FINRA, regulated by the SEC. We also have a broker dealer. We have a lot of regulatory framework we have to comply with. So our folks at help at netcapital.com can point you in the right direction. It depends on how you structure your investment, the entity you investment, and your larger investment strategy. So I really cannot get too much into it, but it's a great question, and we have folks that can point you in the right direction.
Yeah,
sure.
and I just want to, Eric has to answer kind of in that way. He mentioned FINRA in just that. And by the way, we appreciate the great work that FINRA do, but they do watch very, very closely everything on Net Capital. They watch us particularly closely on Net Capital because we're the most successful in terms of fundraising on Net Capital. We're kind of the number one, the all-time number one. We accidentally, someone used the word exclusive in a press release a couple of weeks ago, and it was just saying, an exclusive chance to invest. FINRA were on it like that. You're not allowed to have anything exclusive. It has to be a level playing field. It has to be the same for everybody, which it was, and it is. There was no intention to make anything exclusive, but it's the kind of word that gets used in copywriting very, very easily. So that's the microscope that we're under here.
And we're so grateful for your team being flexible with us. Again, we want to have a great time. We think this is a compelling offering. We want people to do their diligence, and if it fits their investment strategy, they should invest. But you guys do a great job bearing with us. But this is a heavily regulated industry. We do our best to comply with our regulators. We're so grateful for our Chief Compliance Officer, Paul Riss, and everything he does to keep us in check here. So we want to do the best we can. And we're one of the few funding portals that have not been fined by FINRA. And we want to knock on wood. and we want to keep it that way. So thanks
No,
for
you
bearing with us.
you guys are the best in the business, and I mean, from the beginning, I mean, I personally read every word of the regulations before we started doing this, and we've, like, in all of these hours of, although I have to say, actually, the only time that I know that that a rule was broken during one of these, it was not broken by a member of the MAGFAST team. It was one of our guests who said something that wasn't supposed to be said. So there we go. All right.
Yeah, you guys do a great job of bearing with us. So great question, fantastic question. There's definitely insights into that. We can point you in the right direction, and there are experts that have the exact right answer to that, but we can't be the one to provide that for you. So, but thanks for asking.
All righty. What's next, Kate?
Thank you. Okay, I only have about 3 more questions. And Seymour, I don't know if we can answer this one either, but it's a question we've gotten a lot, so I wanted to bring it up anyway.
No.
I can't read the person's email address, but Perez asks, is there a plan for an IPO?
So
I think you have a great answer. Seymour, can I do one quick kind of caveat asterisk just ahead of that? I like to just go ahead and say the future is inherently speculative and uncertain. And while there are goals and plans, there's no guarantees of future performance. So I'm just going to put that out there really quickly, and then I'm going to hand it right back over to you, Seymour.
No, indeed. So what he said, and how can I answer this appropriately? It is not something that isn't ever discussed.
Okay. That took me a second. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. So we had that $190 hotel savings certificate that we were
A little gift for coming to the presentation the other day. Yeah.
Yes, a few people were confused as to where they needed to go to claim it, and I think that they actually had the page was down for a bit because we had so many people. As we've
done in the past, we managed to crash the internet on Thursday. So many people attended and then went off to pick it up. That's all fixed now. So what do they have to do, Kate?
Just if you go to magfast.com/invest, I think you just got to scroll just a little bit down the page. It's right there. And all you do is press a button, answer the question just to prove that you watched the show. I know you did, but you just have to prove it. And then you'll get an email with your link to claim it. It's super, super easy. And we've had hundreds of people claim it.
It's $190 of real money to use on car rental and hotels and that kind of stuff. We do, just to be clear, we don't pay $190 for it. We do it in partnership with a company that works on helping hotels and car rental companies to manage their inventory. But it's a great win-win-win and a nice way of saying thank you for checking out our stuff.
Yes. Okay. I have one more question, and then I had a few nice comments I wanted to read as well.
Okay.
So the last question is, what specific steps is MAGFAST taking to ensure timely delivery of its products, especially given past delays with pre-orders?
Yeah. So I think it's not only a good question, it may even be the question. The answer is we're not announcing stuff until it's ready to go now. You know, this product is. I was in the meeting yesterday morning that is about initiating the tooling, right? Well, when we started out, we were way too optimistic about how long it would take to get stuff developed. So AirPro, we've only shown it at the point where we're ready to go to tooling. Tooling is it's not a straightforward process. It's straightforward for us. The people who do it are specialists. It takes a few weeks. From there, we go to manufacturing. So we have a fixed timeline now, shipping in late Q3, early Q4. And, there are very significant geopolitical changes going on at the moment. I mean, something might change, but we feel very confident about this product and about shipping this product. We haven't pre-sold any of them yet. This is only available right now. The only way that you can be certain of getting one is to be an investor in this round at the $1,000 or more level. But we'll then go to pre-orders and yeah. So that's the main thing is just when we very first launched the company, the original dream of crowdfunding, like way back in the day, was kind of like, hey, you've got an idea on a napkin, have the crowd fund it for you, and however long it takes. That was where we started. Nowadays, we only announce stuff when when we know it's ready to go. We only sell it when it's either in stock or on an absolutely locked in timeline. In other words, we know the date that it's going to ship within a few days. Yeah.
And that's,
if that was the
yeah,
final question,
that's
shall I do the demo?
Oh, wait, Eric wanted to add
maybe while you're
something.
prepping for the maybe while you're prepping for the demo, that's one of the things, when I speak to a lot of great companies, a lot of people doing some interesting things, they like to accomplish goals, the personal responsibility that Seymour and your team have taken on the journey throughout the whole process, that's something I think we could use more of in the business community. We all try to do our absolute best, and when things don't go as planned, I think being able to take personal responsibility for that and do the best you can to resolve those things, that's actually one thing I look for more than the actual ability to quote unquote hit timelines and metrics and things. So I want to give you a lot of credit for that. I'm not sure if enough folks give you that feedback, but that's one of the things I've always appreciated and admired and respected about your team.
Thank you, Eric. Really appreciate it. Okay,
So
I really thank you. So this is just a quick fun demo. We were talking about the importance of weight in the product, which I've now lost. Here it is. So here's ours. Let me just show you again. In fact, so here's a bunch of competitors. All right, here they all are. All right, and actually, someone said the other day, so I should do it this way around so that folks can tell that you're not. So that I'm not using my hand to fix it. So here we go. Right, I pick it up, and the product comes. The product charger comes with it. This is a major brand. This is probably the major brand right here. Okay, this is a cheaper, bit of a no-name brand. Same thing. Here's another one. Same thing. This is the best one. This is the one that I've had by the bed for the last year or so. This is the other major brand. This is the best of the rest, and still you can see the problem. All right, and here we are again. I'll just do the same here. You can see. So we just lift straight on and off. So what's the difference in weight? This is the fun nutty part of the demo. Here's the difference in weight. So we put us on one side, and we put any of these on here. And I don't know if you can see, like none of them even come close. Put another one on. No way. Let's put the biggest and heaviest one on. Still nothing. All right, let's see how many of these others we can add on.
Oh God, they're all gonna
fell off when we did the presentation the other day.
This makes me so nervous.
So as you can see, we're heavier than 4 of our competitors put together, with a bit of with a bit of room to spare. So that's kind of fun, but it makes the point. The real, I mean, that's, as I say, that's fun, but this is the real test, man. This is the test. Can you pick it up like that? If the answer is no, these other ones, they're just a bit annoying to use. Quite a bit annoying to use. Yeah.
And I think what happens too is you don't realize when you've twisted, and I have that heaviest, most, kind of the most highest quality version as well by my bedside. And what you don't realize that when you finagle it to release your phone, you oftentimes jostle your AirPods or jostle your watch, and then you think those devices are charging, and then you wake up in the morning and those devices have not charged all night because you had twisted the phone off. So it's not even just that it's like, okay, it's kind of an inconvenience. It can definitely set you back on other devices actually performing their duties as well, which is always a pain.
What a great point, Eric.
I think Eric's check cleared, don't you? I think that's evidence, final evidence that his check cleared.
All the information is there. No, I do this for the love of the game, and I'm grateful for it. And actually, if I could do one more sneak in here, somebody asked about the ACH opportunity to invest. So we had switched providers. Some of you might have noticed on our previous fundraise with MAGFAST, and so all of that is available now. You can go in, debit card, credit card, ACH, and wire transfer are available there. So we're very happy with our new provider. Thank you so much for bearing with us in that transition period, but I think you will all reap the benefits. One of those short-term pains for long-term gains. So thanks for everybody who dealt with that. But yes, you can invest using ACH in this new round.
Fantastic.
Terrific. We're going to be opening this round at 4 p.m. Eastern. We're Tuesday, aren't we? So the day after tomorrow, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? March the 20th.
20th. Mm-hmm.
The year of our Lord 2025. All right. So 48, just under 48 hours from now, we're going to be opening. There's always a bit of a rush at the beginning. The SEC, FINRA, the rules limit the amount of investment that we can take. So only if it's right for you. But if you definitely want to do this, maybe you want to join us as soon as we open. It's kind of fun to be there at that time. And we're going to be live stream. We're going to be live stream at this same URL up in your browser bar right now, unless you joined us out on the internet someplace. Magfast.com/live. We're going to be there early before 4 p.m. And we're going to open the whole thing. We'll have a panel here. We'll have some fun. We'll show some video. I'll probably do the seesaw demo again. If enough people ask, and it's going to be a really fun time. We should probably wrap it up now. I think if you've run out the bulk of the questions, Kate.
Yes. I just wanted to remind everyone that magfast.com/invest has everything that you need. It has the replay of last week's show. It will have the replay of this show as well. We show you how to open a Net Capital account if you don't have one yet. You can claim your $190 voucher for watching the show. Everything is at magfast.com/invest.
Nice and simple. Magfast.com, including links over to the Net Capital portal, which covers everything from the kind of legal and compliance point of view. All right. Yes. So so there is no way to invest other than through Net Capital. That's how we keep everything compliant. Philip, we were preparing a little video earlier on today. I don't know if we have a copy of it ready to show yet. Did we get that up and running? We've got a little video that celebrates this product, and I was certainly looking through an early edit of it earlier today. We're going to say goodbye. He said yes. Okay. Yeah. So in that case, we'll say goodbye. We'll see you on Thursday, and take a little look at this new film as we say thank you and goodbye for now.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Frederick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you know your modern smartphone surrounds its wireless charging point with a hidden ring of precision magnets, either right in the phone or a case? Both. And this is a way more convenient way to charge. So what if you could unplug your messy old chargers and get these gorgeous, powerful new chargers for all your things? Introducing MAGFAST Air Pro, the most powerful premium chargers on the planet, bar none. Air Pros are power heavyweights. Look, when most stands top out at a total of 25 watts output, Pros take up to 140. Honestly, so you'll charge not just one, not two or three, but up to 4 or more devices all at once. Your smartphone, watches, power banks, all at the same time, all at full power. Air Pros are beautiful, iconic design heavyweights too. Look, awesome in your office, delightful in your den, bodacious by your bed, killer in your kitchen. You'll notice you want these new Airs everywhere. Air Pros are weight heavyweights too. Seriously, all the competitors just flip and fly. The lightweights. So Air Pros weigh in at over 2 pounds to last a lifetime and stay put when you go. And because laptops and some other devices still need a cable, you can charge them with fast, convenient USB-C right on the front. Now what if your new Air Pro chargers are modular and expandable with options coming like these stackable power banks, watch adapters, and more? Today, we're announcing this gorgeous custom-designed data hub that direct connects your display, instantly adds Ethernet, and plenty of peripherals like mice, keyboards, drives, cameras, and more. It's a base for data called Database. It takes pride of place right under your new charger or out of sight like this. And we're still planting a tree for every unit, over 640,000 so far. So these are the new market heavyweights. MAGFAST Air Pros and MAGFAST Databases. Gorgeous, powerful, modular, magnetic, and fast. MAGFAST Air Pro and Database. You want these heavyweights everywhere. So Air Pro and Air Database launch in retail later this year. So initially, there is only one way for you to be among the first to get your hands on these exceptional products. And it's this investor-only limited edition Air Pro. Join almost 6,000 customers and invest just $1,000 or more in MAGFAST during our spring 2025 equities offering. As a charter investor, you'll receive this gorgeous numbered engraved limited edition MAGFAST Air Pro. Invest just $2,000 or more and receive 2 limited edition Air Pros, each with Air databases, plus special additional perks for investors of $5,000 and $10,000 today at magfast.com/invest.